Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ryan Makes Sense, where we talk about personal finance, investing, and chart analysis. Like I've mentioned in my last video, we are getting back to reviewing charts and not reviewing the financial data points before determining if we want to move forward. So over the past several months, we've been looking at the debt, gross margins, insider buying, insider selling, institutional ownership, whether the company was going to have good guidance next year, things like that. So we were kind of diving into the books without really looking at the chart. And then if we see an ugly chart, it's kind of bust. Even though the company's amazing, the chart is ugly and we're going to have to wait several months. Versus what we're going to be doing now is looking at charts that are going to be in an apex where it's either going to make a boom up or a bust down. Again, I refer to this as an apex. It's generally where supports and resistance collide, and the stock needs to make a decision. One of the things that you will see me reference a lot is this stock, does it have a story? Is the CEO a strong CEO? Has the CEO performed well? Is the company guiding for better margins, lowering debt, increasing sales, growing profit, purchasing more assets, things like that. So again, we're going to look at the charts first, then we'll look at the books, and if we see a good match there, we can kind of make a story and see if we are going to move forward. Now, you might be asking, how are we going to find these stocks with charts? Well, I'm going to flip my screen over in just a second and show you. I generally review each week all of my scanners. I save them to a spreadsheet. If I've never charted them out before, they end up on my spreadsheet to review, and then I will review them. I'll look at support, I'll look at resistance. If the apex is a year out, I will put an alert to check a stock in a year to see if it's still following that pattern and heading into the apex where it's going to be making a move up or move down. Again, once that happens, I'm going to see what the company's doing. Are they improving? Are they growing? Making strong decisions? Are they staying disciplined, etc.? And then going from there. So without further ado, I'm going to cut over. I'm going to show you guys my tracker, and yeah, we're going to start doing some charts. All right, you guys, we are looking at my catalog of all my stocks. The alert date is the date I am going to check. I am behind on several of these, which does make for good times just going and charting. I think once I am able to do live streams, I'll just do that for a few hours and just hang out with you guys. But I do have 4,382 stocks in my catalog, and you can see that right there at the bottom, I think, 4,382. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at stocks that are ready for, let's do October. Alert date for October 2023. So we're gonna remove everything and go to 10/1/2023. Okay. So I have 169 potential stocks ready to review that are in the apex. Let's see if they follow the charts or if they've broken down. First one is AAOI. And I generally review charts on the monthly. Generally, I review charts on the monthly. So this stock went ahead and made its move. Not unfortunately, but I missed the bulk of the move in my opinion. So the stock went from about $1. I don't even know when I charted this one out last, but it rose from $1.58. It went over 1,000%. $1.58 to $15.80. Went to 16 something. So again, this one I let slip out of my, I guess, out of my my hands. But as we can see, it might get a little bit laggy here. I'm ready to, okay. So what we can see, what I've done here is these Fibonacci arcs, I believe. Are these Fibonacci arcs? Edit? Can I edit? Cycle. Okay, these are cycle brackets, not Fibonacci arcs. So each one of these cycles is a bottom, it looks like. So right here would have been a good time to buy. Right here is a good time to buy. Right here was a good time to buy. You guys can see that, right? Yep. Right here was a good time to buy. Right here was a good time to buy. Right here was a good time to buy. And then it gets down flat. And then right here would have been a good time to buy. So now, based off of this move, kind of looks like it's in a cup and handle pattern where we've hit the right side of the cup and now it's forming the handle potentially. It's kind of a sloppy, not sloppy. So we have the cup height at $14, cup low at $1.48. So 14 minus $1.40, again, that's probably like $12.50. Handle coming down and then potentially going back up. So this is a great example. Now, does the stock necessitate a $9 move? So now we're going to go to FinViz and just look at AAOI. All right, so we can see that they are not profitable. Sales they've been pretty flat for the last 3-4 years. Nothing really stands out here. There's a 22% short on it, which is crazy. I can see definitely head and shoulders here. Left shoulder, my head's in the way. Okay. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So we're going to go ahead and put an updated alert on this for over here. So this is 12/1/2024. Just going here and just going to type 12/1/2024. Boom. AAOI is done. Now we're going to check ACFN. ACFN. Why do I have this company charted out? Oh, this might be a penny stock. I'm so confused. The low, the high. What does the daily chart show? This may have been an OTC stock, like on the OTC markets. So I'm not really sure what's going on here. Also, Thinkorswim is performing updates, so that could be another reason why this is out of whack. The last time I reviewed the stock was 2 years ago, 2021. So note TOS not showing full chart. Okay, let's go to ACOR, which is the next one. And we're going to go to the monthly. All right, this one has been quite the roller coaster. Let me move my head. It looks like did a reverse split. And it's kind of in a flag pattern, but it looks like it's failing. Let's just look at ACOR really quick on FinViz. ACOR. The company is not profitable. However, they do make $116 million a year. That's pretty decent. Wow, the shares float is a 1 million shares. That's crazy talk. The stock price used to be $5,000. So this is likely one that is pretty ugly, where they just keep taking shareholder money. However, it is a USA stock, and they could be turning the company around. But look at this. They used to make 470 mil. Now they're only making 118 mil. So any recent insider buys, kind of, but not really. See, these are the types of things you need to watch out for. CEOs, presidents, directors will buy, the stock, and it's cool. CEOs, insiders are buying, but they're only buying like $6,000 worth, and $6,000 to them is like probably not even a whole paycheck. If this was $650,000, that would have a lot of weight, but that's not the case. So we can see the company's only getting worse and worse from here. So I want to give them some more time because they might be able to turn the ship around in the future. So we're going to add, let's just go back to our pattern. I don't have them coming out of this. This is a Fibonacci arc, I think. Edit properties. Yep, this is a Fibonacci arc. Once I get out of this Fibonacci arc, I could see some good things coming, but we'll check back on this stock 7/1/2026. And I'm determining that here, this is where we have our, right where my head is. You see this blue line and this red line cross. So we're going to check back 7/1/2026 for ACOR. All right, next stock is ACTG. I saw this one trending recently. ACTG. Ooh, it looks like it's following our pattern. Ooh, it just fell below. Wow. Ooh, I love this setup for several reasons. Let's just check Finviz to see if it's worth digging into. ACTG. I think they're a research company. Nope. Yep. Akasha Research Company. I can't talk. So they make 51 million, but they lose 15 million. They're not profitable. Operating margins and negative 92%. However, they are considered cheap based on the forward PE right here. $3.56. There's several things that would make me want to get into this, and let me break it down. So the bigger the pattern on the monthly chart, the stronger the move. So for example, like right here, you kind of have like a cup and handle, but it happens in several iterations where there's like a cup and handle within a cup and handle. So I'll go to the weekly. I'll show you on the weekly. Is it not letting me go back as far? It's not, it doesn't let me go back as far. So let's just reset. So for example, like here, like we have our cup with the right side being higher. We have the handle, boom. Again, it goes into another cup and handle right here, handle, boom. And then now it goes to another long cup and handle setup, but we can't be sure. It all depends on what the company is doing and if there's a true story to be had. So several things are going to need to be accounted for here. One is strength. We can see the RSI is kind of going downward, so I feel confident not getting into this yet, just because strength is going down. The MACD also is not showing a clear, powerful move up or down. It's just kind of flat. Money flow is not strong or weak. It's just kind of flat. And then the relative momentum is kind of in this extended downward move. So nothing too crazy, but there is something you need to be aware of, and it is institutions own almost 86% of the stock. That's pretty big. I think they are hedging their bets that this one will come back eventually. Um, we do have some insider buying. Interim CEO purchased $150,000 worth at 375. Now that's pretty amazing. More purchases here. Not much selling. One person sold off some shares, nothing too crazy. So this one doesn't really have a clear story. The sales are kind of bleak. Let's no routers data. Okay, so FactSet data shows ooh, quarterly revenue just 7 million down from 14 million. That's a big drop. So it sounds like some people who are usually get this research are opting not to get the research. I'm not really sure, but again, as part of the bigger story, I don't see anything that signifies a clear reversal. So I feel comfortable letting this one go to the wayside. But how far down do we go? Let's look at the yearly chart as well. And I just want to check the yearly chart to see. No clear patterns here. We kind of have like a inception spike, one, two, like a Elliott wave. So watch me. Here's one. One is this move. Two, three, four, five. A, B, C, D. And now it's kind of just hinging down. So we have the spike one. So we'll call this part 0, 1, 2, 1, and now needs to go back to the 0 line to kind of fulfill a market pattern. I'm not even sure which pattern that is called, where it does like a complete reset. So we want to watch this at $2.59. Let's see. Let's go back to the monthly, obviously. Monthly. Okay. So we're going to go here to here. And then we have kind of right here. So we'll check back on this one. 5/1/2024. That's where we have, you guys can see, it's kind of in a descending triangle. So anticipating a fall or a throwback here where it falls out of this under part here and kind of runs into this right here. So 5/1/2024 is what we're doing for ACTG. All right, next is ticker symbol AIN. Ooh, this one's been hanging in there. Okay. So, it's at levels that we saw back in 2019. Has the company only gotten stronger? I would think so. I would think the only company's gotten stronger over the past few years. And I'll show you where we can find that. Do 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 do. Where's the data? Oh, it's right here. It's kind of actually been flat, but they're making over $1 billion. That's pretty good. Their debt's not that bad at all. Profitable. Institutions own 98%. Well, I think we found something great, I think. Okay, so relative momentum index is up kind of high. Money flow is kind of teetering down. MACD momentum's kind of heading down as well, and strength is 50, which is right in the middle of 70 and 30, so it's solid. However, my head's in the way. Dang it. I don't really want to move my head again, but I'll just do it. There's no clear indications on this chart of where the stock will go. I mean, what we can do here is draw a Darvis box, and that's just a rectangle essentially. So I'm going to go here and not do this. I'm going to remove that. So basically the stock has been pinballing between like right, I guess right there. So here, and that's the high. I guess if we want to be a little conservative, we could go down here, but it doesn't really capture the essence. Let's go here. So, you know, it's if we just look at this box, there's a if there's magnets on the top of the box and the bottom of the box, there's a high likelihood this gets back down to $79, which is only $5 from where it's at now. I don't see any indicators that signal a move up. However, I'm not a huge textile manufacturing person. I don't know what that industry is like. Not much insider selling, really. I mean, the SVP and CTO sold, you know, quite a bit in relation to how much he owns. But if we look at Hansen, where is he? 4,000. So, I mean, he was granted 4,000 shares in March and he just sold off his 4,000 shares. So do with that what you will. In terms of charting, on my chart that I have, yeah, we're kind of in just a holding period, honestly. Let's just apply this Fibonacci arc from the high to the low. And notice how much respect the price shows for Fibonacci arc. On the outers especially. Over here, yes, and then a lot, it's just hanging out here. So I want to check back in on this like end of next year. So 12/1/2024, that's like right here. And I want to check there because I want to see if this continues downward like this, or if it just stays scraggly and it starts to move up on the Fibonacci arc. So I think this is a good flat spot to just check, because if it just goes sideways and then up, I want to see that. But if it goes down here and starts bouncing and creating real support, showing real big bottom to wick candles, I want to see that. So yeah, we'll put this one for 12/1/2024. Wherever my thing is, 12/1/2024. Perfect. Enter. All right, next stock we're looking at is ticker symbol ALRM. ALRM. All right. Ooh, this one just broke out of this resistance, and now it's kind of it has a clear path, in my opinion. It really has a clear path to get to 75. Wow. Okay, so ALRM. Let's check this out. I think if this tells a good story, I think this is, oh, look at this. Momentum flipped upwards, relative momentum flipped upwards. Strength is at 50, which means it's ready to move up or down. Oh yeah, they're profitable. They're a little overvalued, but look at those sales. Look at this, clean, super clean. Almost $1 billion in revenue. This is everything we look for. So let me just run my quick math here. This is probably the most exciting stock we've seen so far. So since this stock is over 1 billion in market cap, we're going to include it in the price that we're looking for. So $3 billion plus 66,630,000 in income. Good for them. Plus 857,870,000 in sales. That's great. Now we're going to add the cash and we're going to remove the debt. Wow, 622 million in cash. That's insane. Plus 622,160,000. And we're going to remove the debt, which is here. Total long-term debt. That's fine with me. So minus 517,750,000. All right. And now we're going to divide this by 47,240,000. So this is a stock price of $85, which I have about, this is a channel upward. I have it at about 75. Let's descend to the right. I have it about 75. So I'm going to buy this stock. I'm going to buy this stock for real. What else does it have going for it? Gross margins, 58%. This is a high growth company. Institutions own 90%. Institutions are adding. Floats under 100 million. What am I missing here? This is all really good stuff. Let's see if insiders. Ooh, insiders are selling hand over fist though. Ramos Daniels excused from the selling. The CFO is selling quite a bit. I mean, this is let's look at their revenues really quick. Yeah, this is solid, you guys. Last year, Q4 of 2022, they ended 208 million in revenue. Q1 of 2023, 209 million. That's an improvement. Q2 2023, 223. That's quite a jump from 209. I like this. They'll get to $1 billion in revenues, I think, next year. Wow, and they're trading at 2019 levels. I think there's only one thing to do here, and I think that is buying. Let's see. I want you guys to witness this because I'm going to buy. Oops. I don't know if you guys can see my phone here. I'm going to do something I have not done in a minute. I'm going to buy this on the spot. Johnny on the spot. So you guys can see my screen. I'm not showing anything. That's PII. So we're going to add ALRM here. Done. And we'll just move. I don't want to do Boyd. Let's do ABGO. All right. So I'll be adding some funds to that one on Monday because I have money automatically going in. If you are a subscriber, you'll see this, my buys in my community area. I'm also going to put a buy order here. When's our next earnings call? I don't know. We're going to buy one share on Monday, ALRM. Let's just go into it. And we're going to buy, trade, buy. Let's do limit order. Let's see what the price closed at on Monday. Oh, look at that huge doji. Beautiful candle right here. So we're gonna buy it at $60.15. $60.15. Just one share. Okay. So, yeah, it's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff. All right. So this one we're going to put onto our list for, let's just add this in here as well for good measure. So first resistance probably is going to be like $71. So good upside here. Good find. Okay. Let's not share our screen. All right. So that's awesome. I'm excited for this one. We're going to update our Google Sheet to show, we'll look back at this one 6/1/2024 just in case it doesn't do anything. All right, that was awesome. Let's move on to the next one. All right, you guys, we are now looking at ticker symbol ATLO. Ooh, look at this. It's fallen way to the bottom. We've never seen it fall below this support before. This could be a once in a lifetime addition. And I only say that because this stock has been trading for 20 years, 21 years? No, 23 years. It's been trading over 23 years. And this is the first time it's ever broken the lowest support ever. Is this worthy? Should this stock be trading this low? We're going to find out. Before we find out, I just want to add really quick to this chart. So that's important. And I would say like right there, but let's see. I would say, yep, right there. Okay. So this could possibly get to 13-ish dollars. Let's just change the color. 13-ish dollars. Let's check this stock out. This looks like an incredible, whenever I see long-term charts that are below the lowest support and they've been trading for over 20 years, that's always an insane opportunity. I accidentally clicked the wrong button. ATLO. Okay. We want to see profitability. We want to see gross margins over 30%, low debt, and growth, just growth. Let's see. It's a bank. Ooh, they only make a... Wow. Okay. So they do around $77 million in sales, $15 million in income. So they're profitable. Low float. This actually could be, I'm not a big bank stock person, but this is worth looking into. Revenues have been flat for the past 3 years. Well, it's at 77 now, but let's see. A lot of consistent buying. That's really good. Although the numbers aren't too big, it is consistent, which shows it's a good sign. Wow, they had their highest revenue quarter as far as we can see back in Q2. That's huge. What's their assets to liability? I don't really like that with banks usually. Total liabilities 2 billion, total assets 2.1 billion. Why do they always cut it so freaking close? Man, it's always so close. Okay. Not bad. I mean, yeah, they're decent. I mean, they're improving. They're a bank that's improving. Do they have much, do they have cash? They have 20 million in cash. That's good. Um, Assets beat liabilities, which is good. Uh, Man, I just don't know much about this bank. Um, it's been around for 20 plus years. Our institutions are buying. Institutions purchase quite a bit. Uh, Good dividend. Is it really? Yeah, they're doing a dividend still. Yeah. So I'm not a bank person, but if I was, I would like this just because it's at the lowest of low support. I don't see any negligence, like as you saw with SVB and a couple other big banks that were very, very questionable. Um, they have cash, they're profitable. So I think I like this. Um, let's run my numbers here. So uh, I do sales, income, and then I add market cap if the market cap is over a billion. And since this is a bank, the debt, yeah, they do have the total debt separated. Okay, so we'll do our typical uh, measurement here. So they make 77 million. Everything's a million, so I'm just gonna do shorthand. They make 77.61 million plus positive 15.71 million. I'm not going to include the market cap because it's less than 1 billion. Total cash, they have 20.82 plus 20.82. Total debt is 79.81 minus 79. And we're going to divide this by 8.88. Should be 8.81. So this is a $3 stock if we do it that way. If we were to include the market cap on here, it would add $1.45, which doesn't do much. Oops. So this stock should be worth less. However, given the trend, I do like where this could be going here shortly. RSI is super low, so it's got low strength. Momentum is, it wants to reverse, but there's no strength. So another reason why I think we could see this get to 13. And then relative momentum is also just less than flat. There's no momentum at all. So money flow is kind of trickling in, but nothing too crazy. And institutions are adding here. So in the grand scheme of things, this is not a bad area to buy. Let's look at the yearly chart. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, this by the end of the year, I'm guessing the stock, it might go down to 13, but I think it'll recover back to 1646. Um, so yeah, that's where we see this bank. I'm not a bank person, so I'm not going to act on it, but I do want to see if this does respect the trend at the end of the year. So I'll just put this for 12/1/2023. All right, you guys, we've only gone through like, I don't know, less than 10 stocks, and this has taken about 30 minutes. This is a process. So what I'm going to do to save time and, you know, have good content, I'm not going to look at, or I'm not going to post stocks that don't really provide much value. I'm going to continue this separately, and I will piecemeal share these as I continue to go down, because as you can see, I'm quite behind. So if you guys made it this far, consider subscribing, hit the like button, and I'll talk to you soon. Hope you're doing well.